Hello everybody, today is Friday the 23rd of July and I am experimenting a bit more with that shrink plastic. It's quite fun. Yesterday I did stamp a little image and it's hard to see it because it's see-through, and colored it with Sharpies, and that's what, no, this one I made with with Copics, because the Sharpies I have two different kinds. Those are a bit more pastel and broader. They have a broad tip, but the color kind of shrinks together again, and then everything you've colored doesn't stay colored, but the edges get white or see-through again. So I got a bit annoyed. I colored over it again afterwards. Well, it just didn't turn out that well. So I did that one, very tiny, with Copics again. And now I'm taking the other ones, which are not shrinking, the paint is not shrinking together when it's laid down. Those are thinner ones. They're just different somehow. And I'm actually using a stamp set, and this one is called Float My Boat. And I'm putting it down, put the plastic over it, and just trace it with the Sharpies. So I've prepared some boats and some anchors and two life-saving floating devices. And now I'm going to cut them out and bake them. And here I've made 3 yesterday. Shippies. Oh, there's the ship. And I want to make a shaker card with my Cricut in the form of a ship. Maybe it's like that one. And I want to make the seagulls too. So I would put shaker elements in the base of the boat, which will be the anchors and the boats and the floating device. And in the sail, in the flag thingy, the sail, I would want to put some seagulls. I forgot about those, but I just remembered. So I'm going to cut those out and then shrink them. So those are the shrunk ships and floating devices. I still need to cut out those. I'm cutting them out quite generously, not going into all the curves and edges. Oops, there's the because the plastic rips very quickly when you go around tight corners. And here you see how generous I cut that out. I just left all the part in between those in, because it's also clear acetate, and that should turn out fine. This has been preheating quite a bit. Sorry for the shout. And then it goes quite quick. And I found a better way to film that. So here they are. And I will put them in this matchbox where I keep the other things, but they're a bit hot. I also have those seagulls, and I want them to be white, but I don't have, there's also white shrink plastic, but I don't have that. And now I'm trying it out with this gel pen, and the leftover piece I just cut off before. Just put some on there, and I'll bake that and see what happens. And then I can make those seagulls with the gel pen. so here are the little seagulls and clouds. I just made them blue. I don't know if that makes sense. And it's quite hard to color it because this jelly roll pen has a roll on top, and that doesn't work well on plastic stuff. So it's very hard to get the color down. And also I made that little test piece, and if you have solid color, that breaks somehow. So I went for the hatchet thingy. I went shopping quickly, and now I'm waiting for my next bus. So I'm back home. I went shopping, not really spontaneously, but I didn't think it would happen today, so I went. I'm very happy about that. The last time was last Thursday. Haven't been in a week. And it's also because of the weather change. It got nicer again. Sunny weather, and then my cardio system is down for a bit, for a few days, till it gets assimilated, accommodated, accustomed, I don't know the word, to the weather. And I bought a durum, a kebab, and I have been looking forward to do that for 3 years, and I was finally able to do that. I would like to show you how it looks, but there's a cat, so I'll unwrap it and keep the cat at bay. And here it is. You don't see much. It's just a kebab in flatterbrot, in I don't know the word for that either. And there's Tilly. And now look for something. Oh, and I hold it wrong. So here it is. There's meat and tomatoes and onions, sauce and salad. And this bread, I don't know what's it called. I'm good. Oh, there's Tilly waiting, bit annoying. And unfortunately, he ran out of sauce with mine, and there were many people because it was lunchtime. So I added a little bit of salad dressing. And I took out a lot of meat, so I can make another one later on, because it has a lot of meat in there, and it's enough for 2. So I bought more of those flatterbrots. I don't know the word. So I bought tortillas. And I just wonder if there's an English word for that. It doesn't have to be that kind of thing, but just flat bread. We call it flat bread. And I just wonder. Just banana or something. That's me. I also bought noodles. Bought 2. And I did self-scanning thingy, and I wanted 2 of those tortellini. And then I had 3 on my thingy, and I couldn't delete it, so I took another one. That's just good to have for quick cooking when nothing's good. And as I felt a bit sick the last few days, I bought again subac, like toast melba, and double baked bread thingy, which is very good when you're sick on the stomach. Backup ketchup. A very fresh bread, it is still warm. It's 500 grams. And then I got mayo. It's just backup stuff. I need to unpack it differently. I'm just stuffing this stuff somewhere. And also I'm very glad to have carrots and peas in a tin, because I can just eat them cold, and they're very good when I want something quick but a bit healthy. And trying that out. Don't really want to show that. Some meat in a tin. Then I have a cauliflower, 2 of those. I've heard they're not so big in the US or somewhere else, but in Switzerland, Germany, we eat a lot of that kind of cabbage something. And carrots. I also have potatoes. And that's the same thing with the cabbage stuff. I suddenly had 3 on my list, and I couldn't delete it. It lagged a bit today. It was a bit slow. So I took 3. I like them a lot, raw or cooked. I prefer them cooked. And later I'll try to go on with my card thingy. It's going to be a shaker ship, and I'm going to set that up on Design Space soon. It is now 4 in the afternoon, and I've just had a nap, and got up, and I'm going to cut out the ship thingy. I have set it up before It took about 15 minutes, and I will put the video out as a video itself. So I don't want to cut it. I just will do it voiceover, and then you can, if you are interested, you can watch that as a Cricut setup file in Design Space. And I'll turn it around. And here I have the thing. I have it on 4 different mats, which wasn't necessary, but I like to have the sails on separate things. And on my video that I made, you can see that I did swivel those around to use a bit less space, because it can be done. So I'm doing this here again, just quickly, and then I'll cut it. Show you the results. And there's Matilda. And now I often let them out through the door. I always let them out through the door, but then I leave the door open, and they're outside by themselves. They don't go far, maybe once they go a bit further, but 9 out of 10 times they just sit outside of the front door. And then I have to keep this door open a bit, and I don't like that. Hey. Because I don't know what the neighbors think when my door is open all the time. Hi, Rosie. You see me? Come on. Hey. 5 frames of each, and I will I'll glue them all together. Here I have created a little background using some stencils from Fawn, and they're cool because you can mask off what you've already done. You do it with that one, and then you can mask it off. And then I did the sky with this one. You can just turn that around and use another edge. And here I have my little ship, and I want to make a wood structure on it. And I found this stamp from Avery Al. It's a tree, and this one is thick enough to cover that one. So I have placed it in my stamping tool, so it goes over that thingy. And I'll try that out with Distress Oxide. No, it doesn't go so well with stamps, so we'll see how that turns out. And here I have the ship mashed, which is a tree thingy now. Today is Saturday the 24th, and I've tried yesterday evening I've tried to edit my video, but I could not get it down to 15 minutes. So I'm stopping the video in the middle, and you will see the rest of making that card or finishing the card in the part 2. Thank you so much for watching, and see you in the next one.